So after a long 15 minutes of spamming the X button to get into Diamond Dynasty because the servers were down for everyone, we're finally in. We're here to go over the new content that was released today. Weekend Classic is here. There's a lot to be excited about, so let's get into it. As we always do, let's start by looking at the calendar. So today's April 11th. We got a bunch of new stuff. We have the second inning program with 3 new bosses being Ken Griffey Jr., Josh Gibson, and Bob Gibson. We have some sick evolution cards, the diamonds. They're really good. We have Weekend Classic is here. We have 2 cards that are exclusive to Weekend Classic, which I mentioned in the last update video, but I'll go over them again. And we have a new April Spotlight, as always. And we have new missions in Team Affinity. And we have double PXP. Looking into the future, on Tuesday, April 15th, we will have a Jackie Robinson Day program. We will have a new ranked program, of course, because the Weekend Classic will end on Tuesday. Keep that in mind. It's not just the weekend. It's this 4.5-day stretch. So we'll have another multiplayer program, too, because we're getting a new ranked. And then next Friday, because that weekend is Easter weekend, we're getting the Easter program that we have been getting the last 2 years, so that's going to be exciting. So let's start with the second inning XP reward path, and I gotta say, the bosses are kind of disappointing. Not by a lot. There's one specifically that's a big disappointment, and that's this Josh Gibson. I mean, yeah, this card is not really anything spectacular. Yeah, he has good power, but everything else, I mean, all he can do is hit for power, which is obviously one of the most important attributes, but can't really do anything else. Obviously, a catcher, there aren't many good catchers in the game right now. He can play 6 positions pretty well. You know, that's valuable, but I just don't see him replacing Mike Napoli for me. I don't see him replacing Ted Simmons for other people who have Ted Simmons as their starting catcher. Moving to the other bosses, this Bob Gibson card. I think people are kind of over-hating this card. He does not have outlier like he typically does, but he still throws super hard. He has a great pitch mix, great speed differentials. Control is good enough. The break is great. The hits per 9 is good at 89. The pitching clutch is 94. I mean, the only thing that's not the best is the case per 9. This is a good starter. I don't really know why people are complaining. People are complaining because he doesn't have outlier. It's the beginning of the power creep. It's whatever. It's not going to make or break this card. But the last boss, and I think this is the best boss, is the Ken Griffey Jr. card, who has reverse splits, meaning he's a lefty hitter who hits lefties better than righties. 110-90 versus lefties, 89-70 versus righties, so he's still going to be fine against righties. He has good clutch too, which will help him against righties. But hurt him against lefties defensively. Not amazing for a Griffey card, but it's good enough. I mean, he'll be fine, and he has good speed. Moving down the program, the henchman that we got is this Ozzie Smith, and this card is awful. I mean, Ozzie Smith cards are always horrible in this game. It sucks, but it's an accurate portrayal of his career. He was a below-average hitter his entire career, but he was one of the greatest defensive players of all time, one of the greatest base runners of all time. Maybe not one of the greatest base runners, but he was very good. You know, regardless, his cards are never good in this game because he can't hit anything. Like, the 30 power versus righties, that's atrocious. It's really bad. Sometimes with Ozzie Smith, at least his contact is really high and he's a switch hitter, so you can kind of use him maybe, but this card doesn't do it. Moving down to the evolution cards, these aren't the diamonds, but we'll get into the diamonds in a little. These are the golds. We have this Tony Clark. This is a really good gold card. 80, 88, 83 for those 3 hitting stats. The contact versus righties is a little low. The defense is pretty low. Switch hitter, you're mainly going to be using this card just for missions and for BR. JD Martinez from the Tigers. 88, 82 contact, 60, 88 power. Really weird to see a 60 power on a JD Martinez card, but, you know, overall, pretty good gold, 82 clutch. And then we have Bruce Sutter, who splitter, 4-seam slider. Control is really good, break is there. Doesn't throw super hard, but he has good differentials, good clutch, good hits per 9. So these are good gold cards. I don't think they're going to be in anyone's team, but they're really good gold cards. So now let's check out the evolution diamonds from the 3 players that I just went over. First is this JD Martinez, and I gotta say, they killed it with these evolution cards this program. Look at this guy. He is completely free to get. 101, 104, 182 for his hitting with 104 clutch. This card is amazing offensively. Defensively, he sucks. He always sucks defensively, but it's JD Martinez. You know what you're getting out of him. We also have a Tony Clark His card last year from the BR program was amazing. It was so good, and I think this card is going to be amazing too. Switch hitting first baseman, 81, 84 contact, 92, 88 power with 85 clutch. I mean, he will bring it on both sides of the plate as a switch hitter. Not the best defensively, but first base fielding doesn't matter as much as other positions. And then lastly, we have Bruce Sutter, who his cards aren't ever insane in Diamond Dynasty, but I think this card might be pretty solid. I'm going to put him in my bullpen. He throws much harder than he has in previous cards with 95 on the four seam. The speed differentials are there with the splitter and the slider. Could use a fourth pitch, but I think he'll be serviceable as a reliever. I wouldn't pitch him more than one inning because he only has 3 pitches, but control is insane. Break is amazing. He has good hits per 9 and good clutch. So the game is glitching, and it doesn't say Weekend Classic is available to play. It says it starts in a day. I think they're going to fix that eventually. It's probably a part of the server errors. But regardless, Weekend Classic is going to be here within an hour, within maybe 2 hours, whenever they fix it. But regardless, I highly recommend playing this, regardless of where you're at in ranked. These rewards are amazing. These games are going to be super sweaty. This is going to be a lot of fun. We've never had something like this before. I'm really excited. We can get into the cards. I think the cards are in the game. It's a Corey Kluber and a Carlos Correa. So I'll just pull up by team. I'll go to the Guardians. Not the White Sox. The Guardians. There we go. Corey Kluber. Sinker, cutter, slurve, four seam, circle change. We all remember the MLB The Show 20 Corey Kluber. This isn't even remotely close to it. And the hits per 9 are a little low. Pitching clutch is also a little low. But overall, I mean, it's Corey Kluber. He's always great. Good control, good break. Amazing pitch mix. Good speed differentials. Kind of, just stay away from the changeup, really. And this card will be great. And then the other reward from the Weekend Classic pack, which I just showed you guys, is this 89 Carlos Correa. I showed these cards, but I didn't really go in depth. Across the board, a great hitter, 87, 95 contact, 90, 67 power, 83 clutch with great defense as well. He can only play short, but this is a very good offensive and defensive card. He brings a lot for your team. We also got a new April Spotlight program. I think we're going to be getting this every single week. Let's run through this. The reward at the end of the program is Trent Grisham from my Yankees. He had a great series. He had a great start to the year. He's been doing really well, honestly. He did well against the Pirates. But, all around, pretty solid card, pretty balanced in the 80s for all hitting stats with 101 clutch. That certainly helps him. This is a pretty solid card that's free, and it takes like an hour to get. Defensively, he's also great with 86 fielding, actually. His speed could be a little better, though. Moving down the program, we have the pack. I'll get into the pack later. The program cards, we have Carson Kelly, who hit for the cycle, but isn't really that juiced. Overall, pretty meh hitting. 82, 80, 80, 58. Not amazing. 92 clutch helps him, though. Defensively, pretty bad. And then we have Jacob Wilson, who's great against righties, not the best against lefties with really high clutch. Not good defensively, but he does have a strong arm at short. Moving to the show shop, here's the April Spotlight Week 2 pack. We have a Chris Bubich, four-seam sweeper, slider, circle change, sinker. So he has a great pitch mix. Velo could be a little higher, but the control is also not amazing. The break is really good, though. 90 hits per 9, 88 pitching clutch. Not a terrible starter. We have Tyler Soderstrom, destroys righties, meh against lefties for power at least. He is catcher as a secondary, so this is a interesting card. You can throw him at catcher. Isn't going to be great defensively, though. For the Tops Now cards, we have Ivan Herrera, another catching option. Great against lefties. Not great power versus righties, but he has good contact at least. Not the best defensively, although he did have 84 reaction. Jake Magnum, right fielder, switch hitter, good contact, good clutch, good defense, great speed. Doesn't really have power, though. And then we have a Tomoyuki Sugano. I hope I didn't butcher that, but good pitch mix, controls meh, break is meh, velocity isn't the best, per 9s are pretty bad. We also got a new headliner and a new chase card. The headliner is this Raul Ibanez. This is a nice card, great against righties, not amazing against lefties, but he's serviceable, and the clutch will certainly help him. Can only play left field, though. Defensively, not the best. But if we get into the chase card, Randy Johnson, 91 overall, just in time for Weekend League. Four-seam slider, splitter, slurve, two-seam. Has outlier on the four-seam, has break outlier. 95 hits per 9, 93 pitching clutch. This card is very good. Ks per 9, 86. The control is a little low, but the break is very good. It's Randy Johnson. His cards are always amazing in this game. I have so many packs saved up here that I'm really excited to open in this video. This video is already, pretty far on, so I'm probably just going to show the diamonds that I pulled, maybe some other things, but let's get into it. About 50 packs in, and we finally have our first diamond. Let's see who it is. It's a purple. It could still be pretty expensive. Left fielder, is that Altuve? Oh, regardless of it being Altuve, he's so cheap, right? Yeah, he's quick sell, basically. Diamond number 2. I almost just messed that up. It's purple. It's a first baseman. Who does that look like? Bryce Harper. Okay, he's actually expensive. I'll take that. That's the thing about purple diamonds, that they're still expensive this early in the year. That's a good pull. All right, third diamond. This one's out of a headliner, so it could be the headliner. It's purple. It's a left fielder. No way, it's Altuve again. Oh my goodness, 2 Altuves? Seriously? This is from the 4th chase pack, so it's not from the Randy Johnson chase pack, but it is from the Brian Reynolds chase pack. Show me Brian Reynolds. No, purple. And starting pitcher, is that Logan Gilbert? Tyler Glasnow, kind of the same price. How much is he worth? Yeah, another low diamond. At least I pulled Harper, and I got 4 diamonds. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but most importantly, make sure you subscribe on here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.